In today's Korea Now, we meet two expat bloggers in Korea sharing their experiences in this country with the world. A global cosmetics giant's Seoul representative talks about Korea's beauty industry and the changing makeup trend. Plus, fun and cool ways to spend the long summer nights. Businesses targeting night owls coming up. Good to have you with us. Welcome to Korea Now. It's no news nowadays that the internet has brought revolutionary changes in our lives. Millions of us log on each day, connecting themselves with people in faraway regions, sharing information and thoughts. With just a click of the mouse, we can get just about any information we want, information that are constantly uploaded by global netizens. In a larger sense, today's cyberspace is a huge market in which people consume products and services that they themselves create. Now, what I want to talk about today is the images created by individuals, groups, companies, and nations in cyberspace. The web is now overflowing with blogs that function as diaries with personal commentaries and descriptions of events. Say you're planning your first trip to Korea. You search online for what to expect. Wouldn't you be glad if you find a blog that shows Korea from a foreigner's perspective with lots of useful tips for foreign travelers? In our first segment, we meet two expat bloggers in Korea who've been uploading their experiences here, thus connecting Korea to the world.
Joe and Michael have been around in cyberspace for quite some time now. They're what you call bloggers. Not just ordinary bloggers, they have a special eye on Korea.
Actually, a lot of people ask, why did you pick Korea? I always say it's kind of like I was asleep before and now I've been dunked into a bath of ice water. I'm very alive here. And what I always noticed was that every day, always something new and exciting, some adventure happens. When I write, I always say something blog-worthy happens.
Joe, who's an English teacher during the day, turns into a DJ once he comes home. His internet radio show, The Podcast, is prepared and done all by himself.
What I'm doing on the computer, I'm working on a podcast called the Seoul Podcast. We've talked about a lot of the hot issues that Koreans talk about and some of the ones that are actually under the radar. Of course, we talk about the big ones, the recent American beef fiasco. We've talked about the recent Dokdo. Actually, the demographics, most of our listeners are in America right now. I don't know why they're listening, because really the show is meant for just expats to listen to on the subway to work.
It's not merely for fun. He has deeper intentions.
I'm hoping with ZenKimchi and Seoul Podcast and my stuff to try to give people more outlets, trying to show them that there's stuff to do here. They're in an amazing opportunity that most people would die for.
My name is Michael Hurd, prepared for a project doing street photography here. Publishing, trying to be, interact with the culture more, give a foreigner's voice, sort of talking back, producing our own content. 여기서 하면 될 것 같아요. 좀 이태원스러운.
Michael is out on the streets. He knows how to interact with Korean people through photography. Today, he turns a passerby into a fashion model for his blog.
좋은 의미인 것 같은데요. 저도 지금 외국어를 공부하기 때문에 이런 블로그가 있으면은 그 나라에 가서도 더 쉽게 이해할 수 있고 대화할 수 있을 것 같아요.
Michael usually portrays Korea on the street. Why the street?
A lot of interesting things out on the Korean streets. I think Korea is one of the best places, most interesting places in the world for street photography, for example. But there's a lot out here. It's just, I don't think that many people are looking at it, publishing, taking pictures of it, making films about it as much as they should.
While Michael was busy with Korean street fashion, Joe got out of the city to check out some authentic Korean food.
What they do here is serve boribap. It's just rice, barley, vegetables. But for some reason, for a big meat eater like me, this actually is really something I crave. There's no meat in it, but it's actually something really good. Whoa, this is a lot. Wow. The only thing missing is the dongonju, but my wrist is telling me it's a little too early for that.
Who says Joe needs a fork? Joe makes sure he puts everything in. This blogger definitely proves that food comes before writing. Yet, he doesn't forget he's got a job to do before he digs in.
I do it for my food blog. When I go out to eat with them, they always go, my friends go, stop, Joe has to take pictures of the food, and they just wait and wait, and I take pictures, and I store them, and then eventually they usually get into the blog.
Joe says Korean food is still a mystery to a lot of Westerners. Readers of Joe's blog are exposed not only to Korean food, but also to Korean culture. Yet he sees himself not as an expert, but as an explorer. Joe continues to let his fingers be his taste buds, helping others get a taste of Korea. Early evening at a bar in Itaewon. Michael is on to the next episode for his podcast. This time he invites other expat bloggers. Regina, Jennifer, and Robert were happy to show up.
Occasionally we get together and we communicate online all the time through our blogs. But groups of us do mix socially, and we definitely want to connect with each other offline.
All four of them have been living in Korea for several years, and their blogs are all about Korea.
A lot of hits on my blog are... Blogging is kind of relief for me.
I mean, myself too. I mean, I started blogging just to keep myself sane.
This coping mechanism with stress has now become their way of sending out messages.
I'm interested in providing a foreigner's point of view of a person, living here in Korea.
What Joe and Michael do in cyberspace brings foreigners closer to Korea. Their foreign yet Koreanized voices are a true bridge linking Korea to the world.